Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. I don't know where to start off first, but I'm gonna be going in an odd order because I don't know. I think it's just one of the things I want to sit there and get off my chest for right now, and that is Ulbrich. Ulbrich needs to do me a favor. Ulbrich needs to shut the f up forever. And that's because she came at Austin. And, Austin was there going out to Brooklyn and, the whole sonogram thing and Victor and everything like that. And Maxie found out and Maxie, kind of lost it on him. Blaming him. This is your fault that, my daughter's is in the hands of a psychopath. And I was like, whoa. First of all, this is on you. This is on you and Brooklyn for concocting this dingbat plan of I don't know what the hell. I know she was there trying to not let Peter know that, like Louise was alive and stuff like that, or that she was in Port Charles. But there were so many different ways she could have handled this. And the fact that she comes at Austin like that is like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? And even the old brick is like, well, this is your fault. It's like, no, sweetheart. This isn't his fault. Okay. Austin was going after Brooklyn because Brooklyn, he nearly lost his job because of her. So I fully supported him going after her. So the fact that she came in, started chiming in, this, that, and the third is like, no. You need to sit there and look at Maxie and her stupid ass plan and the reason of why, this baby got caught, got stolen in the first place. I had to get out of my chest. So Oh, and this is something else that I gotta sit there and just get off my chest right now. So there's a point where Dante and Sam are talking, and Dante's like, he started to talk about Drew, but then he got interrupted, like the Drew conversation between her and Drew. But then they came back together, and he was like, listen, it's none of my business. I shouldn't have been asking you. And long story short, Sam said that she loved Dante, and Dante said that he loves Sam, and I was just like, ugh, I, at this point, there's so many there's so many different factors of Sam and Jason. The fact that they broke up so quickly, just out of left field, um, it still just blows my mind sometimes. But I'm pretty sure there might have been stuff behind the scenes, like personal drama, whatever it is. Dante just seems like he's just a choice to be paired up with Sam and Sam vice versa. So I'm not supporting this whole relationship, but I've never really been the whole shipping type anyway. But even if I was, I would rather sit there and watch Brooklyn and Chase for an hour straight than watch those two together. I can't do it. But whatever. They love each other and that's all sorts of great, I guess. For some people. So there's a couple of times that Sonny runs into Nina. Sonny's there looking for his son. He sees his son. His son is okay. Now, Sonny does find out that Nina knew about, Maxie and the baby and stuff. And later on, when they're at the church, Sonny kind of realized that, Peter, well, she allowed Peter to sit there and partially blackmail him and to send him off to a wild goose chase. Um, just sit there and protect Maxie's baby. So when he looked at her, he was just like, not everything is black and white because, Nina was like, I'm not a saint. And Sonny was like, yeah, but, you know, not everything is black and white, which in my mind translate to, he kind of saw her in a different light. Um, Nina once again apologizes for, his hurt and his pain and their marriage, which I'm kind of just like, I know that she thinks that she believes what she's saying, but I mean, her actions for a while has just proven completely different. So all this, I'm sorry, I caused you so much pain in your marriage and stuff like that. It's like, you're not really sorry. I don't know why you're sitting there saying that. You're not really sorry. I feel like if the roles were reversed, and let's say, Carly was the one that was doing something like that, she wouldn't even apologize. I mean, she would apologize for how he felt, but she wouldn't apologize for what she did because Car, Arlie, Carly tends to own up for the most part to her just being who she is. Nina, on the other hand, well, it is what it is. Uh, I just realized I was actually had my page on the wrong note, so that was gonna be great. So Carly comes to the boathouse, or thinking that she, for a good second, sees Michael and sees Drew, and she's like, "Oh, you startled me." And I'm like, "You came to his house. The hell are you talking about?" So anyway, they get in there, and Carly tells Drew everything that happened as far as Sonny cheating and this, that, and the third. There's one point where Drew is like, a lot of stuff can be forgiven. He kind of apologized a little bit for like sending her out there, um, try to give their whole relationship a chance, and she gets there and walks in on the whole Sonny and Nina in bed. But Drew does sit there and one second. Drew does say, certain things can be forgiven, like this, that, and like, infidelity. And I'm like, I don't, listen, I'm sure for some people, maybe that's something that could be, I wouldn't sit there and say overlooked, but over time it can be forgiven. But I'm gonna be honest, I did not see a way. Well, I don't necessarily see a way of coming back from that, and the way that I do is pretty juvenile, and I'm not gonna say what it is, but I let everyone just kind of fill in the blanks on that one. So she kind of talks about her stuff, and Drew talks about his stuff with Sam. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm just like, bro, I really do not understand what the hell you're thinking, wanting to be back with the person who dropped you so fast the minute that your brother came back. And then after you gave her an out, she still chose to marry you and then cheat on you and then walked away, caused a big mess and just walked away. And somehow you were just like, yeah, for a minute, I kind of want to sit there and be with her still. And I'm just like, the hell is wrong with you? Um, so while they were both sitting there talking about their pain and stuff like that, and then there's one point where it almost looks like, Drew's about to kiss Carly and Carly's about to let it happen. But then, Carly kind of pulls back or whatever and just like, we can't do this. We're friends. We're kind of going through a lot. We're vulnerable. This is just not, it's not good. Um, So they kind of just like stop it or whatever and just kind of agree to back off and just be friends or whatever. And, she kind of leaves and that's pretty much about it. Now, I've read comments after comments after comments, pretty much a lot of people not wanting Drew to be with Carly because, a lot of times people feel like Carly's kind of a user, this, that, and third, and, Carly and Drew wouldn't be good together. And, at this point, I'm just like, um, to an extent, hmm, I don't know. My feelings about Carly is very perplexed. I do agree that there was especially back in the day with the whole trio thing. It was like Carly had to have Sonny, but also had to sit there and have Jason, and like that type of relationship just always felt so off to me. For just so many different reasons. But, in the center of it all was Carly. But then I'm also sitting there looking at this thing, and, everyone can kind of already guess that sooner or later, and, Sonny did sit there and say that, he does have feelings for her before he kind of walked out. We all know that Nina and Sonny are going to get together. We don't know how long it's going to last, but they're going to get together. And so at this point, where does it leave Carly? Now, Drew, he still has a lot. Well, I don't know actually how many options he has. I guess Brett. Guess he can always go out with Brett. I can't really sit there and think of anyone else that he can really go out with. So it's either Britt or Carly, and I don't really see a lot of options for Carly. So I feel like at some point they're probably going to sit there and want to put those two together, much to the dismay of damn near everyone. I'm pretty sure there's a couple people that want them to be together. So I guess we'll just wait and see. So, Peter tells Victor that, I got your granddaughter. We're going to sit there and do the original terms. You help me, I'll set her free, and that's just how it's going to go. And, Victor's just like, yo, listen, if anything happens to her, Peter's like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Just do what I say, give me safe passage, and, I'll hold up my end. And, towards the end, he actually did hold up his end of the bargain. Peter's a very complex character to some extent because in my head I was just like, he can still sit there and double cross them. Like he could sit there and double cross them and you know kill off Charlotte or something like that. But he did keep his word, and Charlotte did wind up going back to I guess towards the hospital. Now, before I really kind of get more into this review, I was reading the comments, and I do agree with everyone that said, "How the hell did Peter know where Charlotte was?" I mean, I know that they're kind of juggling a lot of things, but I really felt like I missed a mark on that one. Like, how did he know that Charlotte was going to sit there and be there? Like, that literally made no sense. But this is another one of those plot. Plot becomes more important than logic and common sense. Um, they do want to find Valentine. I guess they like put alcohol in the system. Well, Victor put alcohol in the system. Um, but they did want to find him. He was at the hospital, and he did reunite with Charlotte. And Charlotte came in there and was like, and by the way, the pizza man wasn't dead. He just had a probably nasty bruise on his head. Charlotte was like, it was Victor that rescued me. So in the end, Victor looks like the hero for now, I guess. I mean, and in the previews, it did look like, Valentine was thanking Victor for, finding Charlotte. So I guess a win for him. Damn, I didn't know that Charlotte aged that much. It said she was 13. Kevin was in there kind of kicking himself, like, I shouldn't have left her home alone and yada, yada, yada. But Laura was like, yo, this isn't your fault. She's 13. Um, I'm maybe this is just me nitpicking, but you know, them finding out that Charlotte wasn't there, I felt like it should have been a much greater reaction than her trying to calm down Kevin, like, oh no, it's not your fault. You didn't know. She's 13. She's been home alone before. Like, I feel like it should have been more of a frantic kind of like reaction, but it was just very somber. Sort of like Carly's reaction when she walked in and saw Nina and Sonny, in bed. And I know that she was telling Drew, like, in a lot of ways, that was kind of confirmation that, my marriage was over. And she even said that she felt like her marriage was over the minute that he fell off that bridge, and she kicked herself for Not trusting her instincts because, over the years, a lot of people have always said that Carly has great instincts. They don't really sit there and say much things positive about her, but when they do, it's her instincts. Towards the end of the episode, Peter does want to call Maxie and saying, I have the baby, whatever. You can come and see her, but if you bring any cops, X, Y, and Z. So she agrees to meet him. She gets down here to the docks, and Peter's like, listen, I want you to sit there and say goodbye because it's the last time you're going to see her, or you can come with us. Um, I felt like she should have brought a gun there. I mean, I know the baby's there, but I don't really see Maxie stopping Peter any other way other than a gun. Um, so I guess we'll just wait until tomorrow and see what happens. Anyway, I feel like that's about it. So, yes. I also felt like I forgot my damn outro. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank everyone for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.